So, good evening to everybody, and welcome to Easio, the skill provider. In this particular platform, we have been trying constantly how to improve your spoken English manifold. So, whenever you are trying to speak English fluently or confidently, two things you have to take care. First, if you know collocation, that is something called the speaking English naturally, and something called phrasal verb. Phrasal verb and collocation are two things that we are supposed to take care if you want to speak English fluently and confidently. So whenever I say phrasal verb, it is not related to verb. Verb is something called grammar. We are not discussing about grammar. It is a it is a kind of exercise to improve your vocabs, right? So yesterday we basically what happened. So we went through something called the phrasal verb. I mean the collocation about work. But today I'm going to take you through something called the phrasal verbs, and phrasal verbs related to look. Look, you are able to look everybody, right? Look is something called a verb, and how it is basically done. Let's check it out. So I'm going to share the screen. So whenever I say look, these are the phrasal verbs available. Okay, there are two verbs available with me right now. So there are part one, and this is something called part two. Part one and part two. So whenever I say part one, part two, it's quite interesting. Like whenever I say basically what happens. One more minute, please. Hmm. So look is a verb. You can find it out every time. But do you know that whenever you are trying to use it properly, then it sounds more interesting. Some things it looks very attractive. So sometimes you feel, okay, look means look. No, it's not like that. Look can be used in so many different ways. Here the first one, look at. Suppose whenever you are trying to say look at me, or you say look me, that's a wrong sentence. You have to say look at me, look at that thing, look at the whiteboard behind me. So look at. So turn your eye on something or somebody. So suppose you are right now you are sitting here like this. So I'll tell, Litton sir, could you please look at me? Then you have to turn your eye. You have to turn your eye. I mean to say that look at means you have to fixedly, you have to pay attention. Basically, you have to pay attention to something or somebody. Suppose I can say, guys, can you look at my watch? So you are looking at it. That means you are paying attention, not giving attention, paying attention, collocation. So that is something called look at. So look at the whiteboard before you. Look at the, that screen, computer screen, or that you can say your mobile screen before you. So look at means turn your eye on something or somebody. Basically, it is something called paying attention. If you say, sir, can I say like that? Look the board. Wrong. It will be a completely wrong sentence, and that is not the natural way how the British or American speaker, because we always take whenever it is something called native speaker. Native speaker means the speaker, or I mean the citizens of America and Britons, like no British people. So we call we have American English, we have British English. So in either way you can use. For spoken, we Indian use a hybrid model. I have already given you so many examples regarding that. So something called look at. Right now, something called look for. Whenever you are trying to search for something, you are searching, right? Suppose I put my key somewhere else. I'll be searching here and there. So that is called looking for. If I'll ask you, Pratik, what you are doing? Sir, I am looking for my key. I put it somewhere else. Looking for, search. You can say, my father is looking for a suitable bride for me, or I am looking for a suitable groom for my sister. So look for means search. Whenever we are trying to search something, we are trying to find something, that is called look for. You might be asking me, sir, why can't you use search? Why you use look for? Search is a very common word that is non-native speaker use, but in native speaker they use a lot of like that. Like no, I was looking for something. Looking for. Suppose ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ market କୁ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, Suppose you are going from one market to another, one market to another. There are so many. Basically, in Bhubaneswar, there are 5 to 6 big markets are there. Starting from unit one. So they will tell that, shall I go to unit one, unit two, unit three, unit four, unit five, like that. People keeps on running from here to there. Why? They are looking for a particular thing. If I'll find you, say, Nadim sir, what are you doing? Actually, sir, I'm looking for some things for my shop. So looking for means search. So basically, whenever you say I'm looking for something, it gives you, just like native English flavor. That is something called the native speaker speak like this. You and me are not native speaker. We are non-native speaker, right? But whenever native speakers speak, they always use a lot of phrasal verbs. Believe me, they use a lot of phrasal verbs. So when बहुत गुड़े phrasal verbs व्यवहार करती, and basically that is why it is required for you. You have to remember a lot of things. Okay, and something called look up. That's quite very interesting. Suppose you are reading a newspaper, or I say something to you, or your boss said something to you. You are unable to understand the word. Suppose I say, guys, don't procrastinate. Then you what sir told something about procrastinate. You did not understand that, or you could not understand. What will do? You have a dictionary. Obviously, you are going to search that particular word. You are trying to find that word and meaning. So that is called look up. That is called look up. Look at the things. I mean, to search for a meaning. Meaning. Car meaning whenever you are trying to look at the things. I'm looking of a word in the dictionary. That means I am searching for that particular meaning of that word in the dictionary. Look up means to search for the meaning. Suppose you are looking, what exactly you do? Suppose you have a dictionary with you. You can say, what are you doing? I am searching some meaning. Like that, you can say, no need of telling search. I'm looking off. I'm looking off a word. I'm looking off a word. That means I'm searching for the meaning of that word. So there is a difference between search for and look up. Look for. Look for means a person or a thing. I'm looking for the key. I'm looking for my bag. I'm looking for my car. I'm looking for my anybody. I'm looking for my friend. Or you have a small kid. He's going with you and he is no more right now. You can say, I'm looking for that. Okay. So looking for and look up means that particular meaning of a word that is in the dictionary. What you suppose you are doing right now? What are you doing with the dictionary? I'm looking of a word. Looking of a word means that you are trying to source the meaning of that word. Okay. So look out. Look out means to be very careful and something called cautious. Whether you are very careful or cautious, you can say look out. Okay. So you can say like this, look out, the car is coming. I have given it, look out, be very careful. Suppose, you are going in a train. So what advice you can give to your younger brothers? Look out. There are so many, scoundrels, a lot of bad people are there. Look out. Look out means to be very careful and cautious. And believe me, my friends, these are the words that I am or you are not using. The people of America and Britain, I mean native speakers, they use it very frequently in their conversation. So you want to be fluent. How will be fluent? Yesterday or day before yesterday, I told you, suppose my voice was a little bit low, it was not audible. So how you guys are telling to me, sir, could you please be louder? Because you are not audible. Like that you are still, no, don't say like this. Could you please turn off your voice? Turn off. Turn off means to increase the volume. It's day for yesterday, we have started. If I've gone through the video, you can easily find it out. So this is something called, you might be thinking, sir, this is an extra burden for us. No, my friends, this is not an extra burden. You might be thinking this is extra burden for you, which is absolutely not. Which is absolutely not. This is kind of vocabs. Look at, look for, look up, look out, look for. 5 vocabs you know right now. Right away you got it. 5 vocabs. You got it right away. So what is more important? It is more important that you have to understand. You have to understand that these are the words or these are the vocabs that the native speaker use frequently, and you want to speak English frequently without learning, phrasal verbs. How it is why possible for you to speak English fluently? So that's why this is very important. Okay, and something called lookout. I already informed you. Lookout means to be very careful. or cautious. There are certain situations you can tell your kid, look out, the car is coming. ଆପଣ ଏମିତି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଏ ଯାନା ଯାନା ସେଟା କାରଟା ଆସୁଛି, that means be careful, cautious, right? So look out, a car is coming. Or you can say, you know, there is a snake going here and there, or there is some stray dogs, he has gone mad. How can you tell your kid not to go outside? You can say, look out, so many mad dogs are roaming in the street, be careful. You are trying to say be careful, then that is the different way of saying look out. And the last one is here is called forward to. Look forward to, that means look forward, look at, look for, look up, look out, look at to. So what do you mean by that? To be excited about what is going to happen, right? And there is a very good word, let me tell you my friends, use this particular word very frequently. I really look forward to hearing from you. Whether you are writing a mail, you are writing a message, or you are putting a WhatsApp message, this is the right word for you. I really look forward to hearing. Look forward to, after that, look hearing from you. I am really look forward to hearing from you. Look forward means I am really excited to listen to you. I'm really excited. Whenever, you know, I'm really look forward to hearing to you. This is a phrase. This is a phrase. You cannot. अपन कहबी जे to पर ing काई लागिला. Looking forward. Look, I really look forward to plus V1 ing. That's how the American and British people use that. It's not about you and me. So this is completely a phrase. ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ତଳେ sentence ଲେଖିଛି ଆପଣ ଦେଖିପାରୁଥିବେ, I really look forward to hearing from you. That means I am really excited to listen to you. I am really looking forward to taking part in the games. I am really excited. You know, if suppose ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି, I want to talk to you. ତ ମୁଁ କେମିତି କହିବି? I am really looking forward to talking with you or talking to you. So this is a phrase actually, my friends. So looking forward to, then after that V1 plus ing, that will be there. That means you are really excited that is something going to happen. ମନେକର କାଲି ଗୋଟେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଅଛି, ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ you are a very, you know, enthusiastic, or ଆପଣ ଭାବନ୍ତୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ କାଲି ଫାଇନାଲ ଖେଳୁଛି and there is some Australia, you really am looking forward to watching the game, looking forward to watching the game. That means, or ଆପଣ କାଲି ଗୋଟେ flag hosting ରେ you are trying to, you know, participate କରନ୍ତୁ, ଲିଟନ ସାର୍ ଙ୍କର କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ପ୍ରମୋସନ ସାର୍ ପାଇଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ କାଲି ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ ପଦବୀ ନବା ପାଇଁ ଅଛି. So I am really looking forward to, you know, participating in that event. That means I am really excited. So this is how the native speaker use it frequently. It's not you and me. We can use a lot of things. I already informed you that you can say that could you please increase your voice because I can't hear you. But you can say the different way. I'm really, you know, you can say please turn off your voice. A lot of examples I've given you, right? So there is something called look at. There is something called look at. There is something called look for. There is something called look off, look out, and look forward. These are the 5 things that can go with look. Okay, at, for, off, out, and forward. That can go, you know, with look, and it gives you just like, you know, it is a flavor. It's an American or British flavor. People say like this, but you and you, I don't use like this. Sometimes say, look here. Okay, look here, look there, that is okay. But whenever you're trying to look at the board, look at the watch, look at my pocket, look at, you cannot say look my pocket. It will be completely a wrong sentence. So these are the 5 things, and a lot of examples have been also, you know, given here. So this is clear to everybody, or any doubt? Ask me. Return, sir. Pratik ji.
Clear, sir.
Everybody. Beblin ma'am. Nadim sir.
Sir, what is
Laban,
the
sir?
meaning of courteous?
Yes.
Which one, sir? Once more.
Courteous.
Courteous.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever you say courteous, like, no, you should be really polite, and your behavior should be, you know, suppose you should be courteous. Whenever you say courteous, it is, you know, something, it is related to politeness. So you should be very courteous, means you should be very polite. Okay. So courteous, where I have not written cautious, that is cautious. You are talking about lookout, this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. No, that is the actual pronunciation is look. Courteous is a different word also there in English. That is something called courteous is there. You have to very polite. But here this is called cautious. Upon कौन be cautious. Cautious ଗୋଟେ word ବ୍ୟବହାର କରନ୍ତି ଆପଣ of course. That is called be careful. Careful jaha cautious विषय. That is something called be cautious. Be careful. Be careful or be cautious. Both have the same meaning. Now it's clear to everybody. Can I go to the second one? Everybody, it's clear? Can I? Okay, great. Nadeem sir, it's clear. Are you there? Nadeem sir, it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, fine. So let me go to your, a second one. This is the second page. Okay. Something called look up to. We have already given you look up. Look up means, normal, you are trying to search a word in the dictionary, the meaning, right? You are trying to get the meaning here. But whenever I say look up to, that means you are trying to follow somebody as your role model. That's quite interesting. Suppose my role model is my father. I can say I always look up to my father. Means I follow my father as the role model. Suppose I like Vivekanand the most, and whatever the preachings he has given to the world, I love it. Then I can say I always look up to Swami Vivekanand. Suppose some of you are Abdul Kalam. You can say I always look up to my to our ex-president Bharat Ratna Abdul Kalam. So what do you understand by this? You understood that whenever you want to follow somebody as your role model means their life, their teachings, everything you like it. He is my role model. Role model is a word basically you can use whenever you want to follow somebody with that much of seriousness, with truthfulness, completely. You want to follow somebody completely, then you can say something called, that a role model. He is my role model. Suppose you are a singer, you can say Kumar Sanu is my role model. You are a businessman, you can say like Microsoft founder Bill Gates is my role model. If you are a scientist, you can say this is my role model. If you are a like in a life, we always follow a person as a role model. We always follow our anybody in our life. We always follow somebody in our life as a role model. So you can say like I always look up to my father as role model. Okay, look up my father. Role model is the normal things. Okay, look ahead to think about what is likely to happen in the future. So what exactly happened? Sometimes, when you can use this word to think about what is likely to happen in the future. Like, suppose starting, when I started, let me tell you my story. Once upon a time, I was working in the corporate sector. So after working 15 long years, I thought it's time for me to start something. So I started this platform, and gradually it is trying to evolve. So every time I am looking ahead, I don't look back what happens in the past. So look ahead means always think about the future. That is called look ahead. I can say, Nadim sir, forget now. Suppose there is a bad incident happens in your life. So we are trying to forget that, but still you are looking at back. I say, why are you looking at back? Look ahead. That means always think what is going to happen in the future rather than you are trying to sink yourself in the past. It is not going to give you anything. So look ahead means always feel that you have to, something think about the future. The short word is called whenever you're trying to think about the future, that is something called look ahead. Look ahead. Don't look back here, look ahead. Okay. Something called look down on. Think that you are better and more important than others. That happens with some of people, some of your friends also like this. ତାମାନେ ସେମାନେ ସଦାବେଳେ ନିଜକୁ ବଡ ବୋଲି ଭାବୁଥାନ୍ତି. ମୁଁ ହଉଛି I am the best. Nobody can be compared with me. I have the best knowledge. I have the I'm the best in my locality, like that. He always think themselves are the better than others. Okay, so you can say she always looks down on everybody. Look down on means whenever you think you are superior. Suppose he is looking down on me means he always thinks compared to, suppose ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ଦି ଜଣ ପିଲାକୁ ନା ନବା, suppose you and me. If I am looking down on you, that means I always think I am the better as compared to it. I am the best. I have the super brain. I have a lot of wealth, like that. I have 5 cars. You don't. You have a single car, and I have 5-story building. You have a singular 2-story building. So always I think I am the superior guy. So that is called look down on. Okay. So she always looks down on everyone. That means that guy or that lady, whenever looks here and there, he always thinks she is the best. Right there. That is called look down on. Okay. And look through, read something quickly. Okay, sometimes what happens is exam time, ଆପଣ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଛୁଆକୁ କଣ କୁହନ୍ତି ବା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭାଇ ଯିଏ ବି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଜଲ୍ଦି ଟିକେ ଓଭରଲୁକ୍ କରିଦିଅ, you can say just, you know, look through it, look through it. Look through it means to read something quickly. Sometimes you have 5 minutes and you have a newspaper, so what you are doing, I am looking through it, looking through it. Sometimes whenever you have less time, you are trying to overlook it, so that is called look through. That means to read something quickly. Suppose, can you say like that, you know, देखो केते बढ़िया वर्ड. Suppose आपण आपनका छुआ को कहउछंती जे काली एग्जाम अछि बाबा टिका आउथे रिवाइज कर दियो. So how can you say, you know, tomorrow there is your exam, so please go through each and every chapter once more. Look, very lengthy word and it's quite difficult also. But let me tell you, my friends, the moment you are trying to use this one, look through means to read something quickly. Just go through that. Look through that. Could you please look through the my CV and point out the mistake if any? Suppose I have a CV right now. I prepared for myself, and tomorrow I'm going for an interview. And you are my elder brother. You are my elder brother. So how can I say, bro? Can you just look through the CV so that I can I can point out the and just tell me is there any mistake, or you can point out the mistake so I can rectify that. So look through means something called to read something quickly. And believe me, my friends, these are the words that you can use daily basis. You can use it because this is 4 words and another 4 word. I mean, I have already given you, like, if you go through the first one, look at, look off, look for, okay, like that. ଆପଣ ଯଦି ସେଇଠି ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟିଆ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଟେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଦଉଛି, ସପୋଜ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଖୋଜୁଛନ୍ତି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସମଥିଙ୍ଗ, you are my colleague. Already I inform you there is something called colleague, or you are my, we are working in the same company, that is a colleague. Suppose you are my colleague, you have put your bike key somewhere else, you are not finding it, or your car key anywhere else, you are not getting it. Then you can, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I am looking for my key. Look, this is called natural English. What you are searching? Non-native speaker speak like this. Non-native speaker, you and me, the people that is English is not their mother tongue. जोटे English टा mother tongue न थाए, ताको हमें कौन कहउछंती non-native speaker. Where English is a mother tongue, जेंति हमें कहइबा Oriya is a mother tongue. So we can say I'm a native speaker of Oriya, Orissa. I'm a native speaker of Odisha. That means this is the language I speak very frequently and without any hassle. हमें तो Oriya कहउछंती, there is no props, that you know very well. So
Lingua
what?
franca.
Lingua franca, yeah, correct. This is the common language. You are right, sir. Lingua franca means common language. So Oriya is our lingua franca. So that means it is common language. That's a, that is something called Latin English. Okay. So let me tell you, my friends, whenever you are trying to, ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କ୍ଲିୟର କରିଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି. ଆପଣମାନେ ଭାବୁଥିବେ ଯେ ଏଇ ୱାର୍ଡ ଗୁଡା ଆମେ ଜାଣିକି କଣ ପାଇବା? The first thing is that this is called phrasal verbs. This is not verbs. Verbs नुहे गुड़ाक गोटे phrasal verbs. This is a phrasal verb. First kata hala. And we are not learning grammar. Whenever we are trying to learn grammar, this is something called, learning grammar means it's quite boring. Upon Jansen, grammar is quite boring. In fact, Litton sir is there. He will be always telling, sir, don't teach anything grammar because I hate grammar. Yes, because most people, not only you, I have seen it. Out of let it be, if you take 100 people, no, 70% people really hate grammar because they want to speak English without knowing grammar, because that is something called, that is they feel like that. I don't know why this happens, but it I always hate it. So remember, whenever I'm trying to say that you learn something called phrasal verbs, it is only to improve your vocabs. It's not about learning the grammar. So that's why I'm telling, the exact word is there. It's just like word meaning. ଆପଣ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଲୁକ୍ ର ମୁଁ 8ଟା ଆଜି ଆମେ ପଢିଲେ, ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ୟୁଜିଂ ଇଟ୍। ଆପଣ କେବେ ବି ୟୁଜ କରିବେନି ପ୍ଲିଜ ଲୁକ୍ ମି ରଙ୍ଗ, ଲୁକ୍ ଆଟ୍ ମି, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ସ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି। ଆପଣ ଯେମିତି କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଲାଇକ୍ ଫରଗେଟ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ଗ୍ରାମାର। ଏଠି ଆମେ ଗ୍ରାମାର କିଛି ପଢେଇବାନି। ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦ, ମୁଁ କହିଛି କଲୋକେସନ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଦ ନ୍ୟାଚୁରାଲ ୱେ ଅଫ ସ୍ପିକିଂ। Collocation is something a natural way. The same thing, phrasal verb is something a natural way. It is nothing to do with anything like grammar and other things. You can find it out. Yesterday ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖଉଥାନ୍ତି actually जो ऋषि सनाक जो भिडियोटा पठेइथिले ना, पठेइथिले माने actually it is viral in the internet. I tried to download that and I want to show you all, but it could not play the sound due to some defect in that video. But let me tell you, it was a 1.25 minutes, ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ 25 ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ସେଇ ଭିଡିଓଟା ଥିଲା। and believe me my friends, he has used 5 phrasal verbs, 5 phrasal verbs and 3 collocations। ମୁଁ ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପଢେଇଛି ଯେଟା like I don't want to make mistake is a collocation। phrasal verb, we have to really look through। I have all the manifesto with me. You can look through it. Look through means read something quickly. You can read it quickly like that. So believe me, that is a 1.25 ना गोटे मिनिट भितर से 5टा phrasal verbs ଆଉ 2टा collocation से କହିଛନ୍ତି। तो जदि आपण phrasal verb जानिबेनी ଆଉ collocation କିଛି ଜାଣିବେନି, ତାହେଲେ ସେମାନେ ଭାଷା ବୁଝିବେ କେମିତି? How you are trying to understand? ଯେମିତି ଆମେ କହୁଛେ like what is our ultimate your destination। डेस्टिनेशन जेमती आपनको लाइफ रे गोटे डेस्टिनेशन थाए। आई वांट टू परचेज ए कार, आई वांट टू बिल्ड ए बिग हाउस, लाइक दैट सम डेस्टिनेशन इज देयर। सो व्हाट इज योर डेस्टिनेशन इन स्पोकन इंग्लिश? यू वांट टू स्पीक लाइक ए फॉरेनर, नॉट अबाउट एक्सेंट पार्ट, फॉरगेट अबाउट एक्सेंट पार्ट। एक्सेंट इज समथिंग दैट इज इनबॉर्न क्वालिटी। आमे जेमती ओडिया कहबा, गोटे बाहर लोक से भले एक्सेंट रे कहि परिबोनी किंतु से फ्लुएंटली कहि दबो। सो फ्लुएंसी एंड एक्सेंट आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स। आपण देखिबे गोटे विदेशी माने जे आमे कहूचे फॉरेनर बोली, सी इंग्लिश कहूची, आपण माने भी इंडिया रे बहुत लोक अछनी बढ़िया इंग्लिश कहउछन, किंतु देयर इज अ डिफरेंस इन देयर एक्सेंट, बट ऑल आर फ्लुएंट। whenever I am trying to speak English, I believe आपण फील करथुए जे I am little bit fluent, but I don't have the accent because accent is related to our mother tongue। आमे जो एरिया रहउचे देखिबे, आपण टिके साउथ इंडियन पळेबे, से इंग्लिश कहबे बट तांकर टिके एमटीआई थिवो, दैट इज कॉल्ड मदर टंग इन्फ्लुएंस, एमटीआई। लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग, दिस इज समथिंग कॉल्ड क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग आल्सो, one day I'll teach you also, that I want to tell you something। this is something called MTI, something called MTI। I have written it, MTI। what is MTI? MTI means M stands for mother, T is tongue, influence। if I am going to Siliguri or West Bengal, they have their own mother tongue and tongue English टा मतलब से बड़े। अपन नॉर्थ इंडिया को जो it was going ए ओके, तो बरहमपुर को जीवे अपन टिके देखिबे तांकर टिके से मिसेबे सेथरे लाइक नो से मदर टंग से मिसी के आसी जाउची। बट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गिव यू समथिंग कॉल्ड न्यूट्रल एक्सेंट, नॉट ब्रिटिश, नॉट अमेरिकन। something called, you develop your own accent, that is called neutral accent। now you are trying to speak as an Indian, you are trying to speak something called your American, or you are trying to speak as a if you go to ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟି एग्जांपल देबे। आपण तो क्रिकेट खेल देखुचंती, आपण जेतले कमेंट्री होउची, आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया रो ग्रेग चैपेल भी कमेंट्री करंती, आपण इंडिया रवि शास्त्री कमेंट्री करंती, and a lot of संजय मंजरेकर हुंतु, हर्ष भोगले हुंतु, Wasim Akram, Inzamul Haq, a lot of people from different parts of world, they go for the commentary। आपण केबे ता कमेंट्री सुनिमे देखिबे, तांको माने बहुत जगह रे आपण जानि देबे एटा रवि शास्त्री, काई ना वॉइस सहित परिचित से सेति पय नो गोटे इंडियन मानकर गोटे एक्स्ट्रा थिंग्स थाए, आपण जानि परिबे। गोटे फरेनर इंग्लिश कौच मैंने आप जानदेवे धरतु मु जदि फरेनर भाया कहि आप फेस देखी ना आप जापर so it is all about accent माने से आपन गोटे एग्जांपल देइथिली like in like in India we say are you coming today like that normally or today we say very comfortably are you coming today but if you go to British are you coming today and a little bit something like American are you coming today but if you go to Australian you check it out मु जहा कहूँ अपन चेक करिवे and they कौन are you coming today so everything they are trying to elongate it आपन कौन सुबिला to die माने मरिया पे आछंती are you coming to die आपन को मरिया पे आछंती आपन what kind of English so this is due to accent समस्त से गोटे इंग्लिश कहउछन सर you are telling that are you coming today he is telling are you coming today another guy is telling are you coming today and another guy is telling are you coming today so what you can understand this is called accent and समस्त कोन कहउछंती are you coming today एटा होची समस्त कहउछंती बट एठे कोन बाहरची accent different हे जाउची so what my suggestion if you know the collocation if you know something called the phrasal verbs you can speak like a foreigner and develop your own accent upon निज accent रे कहंतु that is called neutral accent you can find it out in the books everywhere you just put it a neutral accent and suppose गोटे word लिखिबे and how to pronounce it in neutral accent the voice will come up and it is pretty easy for you to also follow that thing तो मु कहवा कथा कोन होची जे एक्चुअली हमर अल्टीमेट डेस्टिनेशन दैट इज कॉल्ड अल्टीमेट गोल दैट डेस्टिनेशन दैट वी हैव टू स्पीक इंग्लिश fluently and confidently for fluency you have to learn two things apart from practice that you are undertaking every day I don't have any problems but you have to understand like phrasal verbs and collocation phrasal verbs collocation and tense and time you are super fluent nobody can stop you that's for sure because whenever you say that I am searching look this is something called this person is is vibrating more I am searching I'm looking for देखो आप निजे भावंतु जस्ट टेक इट आउट केमती नेचुरल वे आपण जेतले जने वॉइस रे गोटे नेचुरल वॉइस रे जने गीत गाउची ता वॉइस ता आपण काई भल लागुची आ देखिबे जने बहुत परिश्रम करूची गीत गाया पे आपण कहबे ना ता वॉइस ता भल लागुनी कोन पे ना सेटे नेचुरली से गाई पबनी देयर आर सम नेचुरल डांसर देखिबे से माने गोविंदा इज जस्ट लाइक ए नेचुरल डांसर से डांस कला माने तांकर बॉडी सब हल्ली जाय आपण देखिबे आपण भल लागे but there are certain Bollywood stars they are themselves are Bollywood stars they are not able to dance they are बहुत कष्ट करंती so you don't like that so there is something called natural way there is something called natural talent natural way everything is something called natural and if you want to learn two things one is called phrasal verb other is called collocation dita jinso आपण जानंतु and you continue your good job like something called tense and time mo padhai dichi apan and the rest things that you like practice is something depends upon you I have nothing to do with that but let me tell you I am going to teach you collocation and something called phrasal verbs if you are going to learn those two things you will be super fluent that's 100% my friend nobody can stop you but only thing is that you have to understand देखंतु अपन जे कोन छि वर्ड गोटे यूज करंतु I am searching for my key I'm looking looking for my key look for what you are doing I am searching the meaning of a word I am looking of a word देखंतु केते केते अति सुंदर भाबरे करछन I always accept Vivekanand as my role model I look up Vivekanand over I look up my father I always consider my father as my role model देखो केते माने माने प्रेशर देके अपन कहउछंती बट आई लुक अप माय फादर देखो केते बढ़िया है you can understand you are not layman sir अपन माने in your own life you are already settled you can easily understand you are not a layman you are not a fool that मु कहबी अपन accept करिवे it's not like that but let me tell you that when you are trying to speak something with less effort that is called natural English more effort is there that is not natural it is just some cosmetic that is called cosmetic a person who looks really beautiful without makeup you say it's a natural beauty but if putting a person is putting a lot of cosmetic that is called no artificial beauty so we want to speak English naturally not artificially artificially means you have to use a lot of like lot of voice a lot of things you are trying to use mixing it up but naturality is not coming. The moment you can say, oh my god, it is going to help you out, it is it is going to help you out. Okay, so obviously it is going to help you out. This is something called, you have to learn two things. One is something called collocation, and the second one you are supposed to learn, that is something called the phrasal verbs. And today we have learned four phrasal verbs related to look: look at, look up to, look off, look for, look down upon, look through, look wide, like that. So many things I've learned. I think it is going to help you out 100%. Okay. So this is all about the class for today. I believe, this particular things is going to, it's going to help you out. So can you tell me, like, how is the class today? Little sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely, today class was going on very, very nicely. And Phrasal Verb, it's very vital role play while I was speaking in English. So I think it's good way, sir. We need
Okay.
to means learn Phrasal Verb, sir.
Okay. And Nadine sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes sir.
Today was today class was crystal clear. I really look forward to you and hearing from
Absolutely.
you everything.
Thank you sir, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
And Pratik ji.
Yes, sir. This class is very helpful for us, and it is very good, sir.
Thank you. Beblin ma'am.
Yes, sir. Today class was very amusing. And first of all, I want to say there is a phrasal verb and a collocation. So most important of where it is speaking in this. So I want to say that's more and more practice and phrasal verb for collocation. That is the before plus before I don't know that is collocation. First of all, sad collocation. What you so I cannot understand what is collocation. So new word that is learn platform that's collocation. We know that before phrasal verb grammatical wise, but do not use and look up and fair use of look up, look out. So that is maybe that is the simple way and that is about to that's frequently. That's so amazing. Thank you, sir, very much.
Okay. Thank you all for coming and joining the class. See you tomorrow at the same time with a different topic. Thank you all.
Sir,